Sorry.
So what was the guy's name?
Chalamet
LMA?
Muad'Dib.
Is that the character name or the actor name?
Character's name is Paul Atreides Muad'Dib Shailu. I mean, like, he's got 15 different names. Not Shailu, that's the worms, but
It's not Shailu. That's exactly not his name.
yes. that is the worm gods.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Supposed to be D'Amico?
Sorry. I left the audio for the stream, so it was probably echoing like crazy. So,
Sure was.
Sorry about
Echoes
that,
in the stream.
everyone. Do we have the viewer? Oh, we have the 5 viewers. Holy cow.
I think that's us.
Okay. Well, that's 4. That accounts for 4.
I'm not watching it, so it's not me.
What can I tell you?
That counts for
right.
3.
There's 3 because I'm watching it.
Okay.
I'm going to try not to watch it because I keep catching myself watching it instead of DMing the damn game. So
Yeah, stop that.
yeah. But I like to see the chat sometimes.
Yeah, well, hide 80% of the window behind something, and then...
You're not my mom.
Maybe not, but he did marry your dad, so you still have to do what he says.
Dang it.
Even if he's younger.
Uncle Dad.
That reminds me, I didn't take any Tylenol before we started.
Is this a normal practice?
It's
just a bottle.
It should be.
It's just a bottle marked dealing with Matt's crap.
Yeah. The stuff.
The stuff.
Dealing with the stuff.
I guess we're doing this right. I mean,
going.
If we have to. Jeez.
You all level up and die.
Yay. Aw.
There we go.
That's about the time the Tarrasque showed up.
Have you ever actually been in a game where a Tarrasque showed up? Have you gotten that high level and that far along?
No.
So in the early games, yes.
Yeah.
We fought we encountered a Tarrasque.
Like walking along the horizon sort of thing? Or
No, as combat ensued, it's just in the battle days, you're not defeating a Tarrasque. It's just it's a force of nature.
Yeah.
And beyond everything, it requires like 2 wishes to actually kill it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like after it's down to -8 billion and it regenerates 100 hit points around and everything is God's Vorpal. I mean, it was ridiculous back in the old days.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not much of an exaggeration. It's really not. Like, it had Vorpal claws and Vorpal teeth and regenerated 40 hit points around. And, it's just crazy. Of course, I guess it's supposed to be. It's like Godzilla.
I vaguely remember reading an article that said something like 120 commoners can take out a Tarrasque in 5e.
That's funny.
With indigestion, it just eats them all, and it's just too much.
I guess. Yes.
Bursts.
You can eat 119, but the 120th, that's the straw that broke the Tarrasque gut.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least now we know.
That's the commoner that broke the Tarrasque's carapace.
My list of NPCs is about 7 long, so we're well short of a Tarrasque.
If you drop them on the Tarrasque and inflicted the fall damage, that might work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, from
falling damage is the worst type of damage.
200 feet terminal velocity.
What's that? 20d6?
Yeah, 20d6. Which, I mean, I'm sure they're resistant to terminal velocity damage.
Nothing is. Falling damage is the most deadly damage. And
it is the most reliable damage. Yes.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I think
even if you're immune to bludgeoning damage and all that good stuff, you're still taking fall damage.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes monks godlike because at like 4th level they just stop taking fall damage.
Yeah.
Don't they have to be adjacent to a wall?
No, not anymore. They just roll when they hit.
Yeah.
So a level do what?
Not in 5e. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was agreeing.
So it's the monks, they basically get 5 damage reduction per character level, per monk level, off of their falling damage. So when they actually get it, it's already 20 points of damage off. You can drop 60 feet, and the average damage for 60 feet's, 66, so 36, 18, like 18, 20 points damage. So immediately, a monk is immune to a 60-foot drop at level 4. Right? I mean, and that's if you roll average.
I just realized something. I think is it Tasha's introduced additional information about if you fall on a creature, how much damage they take. It's like the fall damage is split between the faller and the cushion, right?
The folly.
Yeah, and the fallee, right?
The target.
If you're a monk, it has the damage. You don't take any, but the person you just death from above. 20d6.
It's an interesting combat tactic. Just jump off of buildings on people.
Just going to jump on people.
I told you, lean forward until the opponent gives up.
Yeah, exactly. Weird form of aerial judo.
Oh, me.
So, I guess we'll get started on this game thing we're doing. Jeez. Leading up to today, you guys had been tracking down goblins. You found their entrance through Orc's boathouse. Murdered 3 baker dozens, I think. Moved on down into their warrens, which you've basically figured out it's more or less what they are, because most of the rooms down there are nasty bedrooms and lice-ridden cots. Pretty much, it looks like you've cleared out everything. You repaired Moradin's statue, effectively killing a vampire in the midst of all this exploration. But as vampires do, they poof into gas and go home for a while. But the characters and you guys not being meta players don't really know what's going on, right? So you've taken on this force of goblins. You've wiped out, for lack of a better, for all intents and purposes, they're all dead. So you decide we're tired. We're going to go take a break, and you ended last session by saying we're going to take a long rest upstairs. And now here we are. It's still the same night. The long rest has not happened yet. You came up to Oric's boathouse. Oric is up there still. Guys are cleaning the whole place because it's been about an hour, because I think you guys took a short rest, maybe an hour and a half. Yeah. So he's just got a bloody mulch of goblin parts everywhere. You also captured one of the goblin wizards, and don't forget you also had 4 other goblins tied up in the boathouse. And
bathhouse.
Excuse me. I keep doing that. Bathhouse. Thank you. You have not really discussed, or you did lightly discuss what you plan on doing, but haven't really told me what's the plan with the goblins that you have captured.
I think we were going to cart them or drag them off to the guards. Yeah.
Guard barracks. Okay.
Guard barracks.
Which is almost quite literally the opposite side of town. Which is no problem. I mean, that's a 20-minute walk. It is 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. It's pitch black outside. Got the night shift guards. You're dragging these goblins off to the north end of town. No problems. The 3 regular goblins, the ones that were frenzied, are still frenzied. Those are the ones that came upstairs and they had that lust for death look in their eye. The goblin wizard does not.
Can they be out of Tarathiel's head now?
If you choose.
No, I think it only lasted an hour, so if we took that short rest, they're out.
Yeah, you no longer hear the goblin war chant of death.
Yeah, which kill the wabbit, kill the
wabbit. So you take the goblins up to the guardhouse, walk them inside. The same guy, apparently he never sleeps, is sitting at the front desk. Looks at your entourage, huh?
I said, Buckham Dano.
Buckham Dano. He looks at your entourage and has this look of like, oh God, what am I supposed to do with these things?
That's what we thought.
Nods when you bring him in.
Throw the book at him.
He pulls out a book and throws it at the wizard, killing it. The other 3 are still there. Remember, there was a bounty on Goblin's ears, but I never heard a single time of anybody taking Goblin ears.
I'm not going to do that.
But yeah,
Nobody?
it doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
We got the whole thing.
Well, he looks at him and is like, "On to you." No.
Yeah.
All right, there's eight ears right there. He pulls out 8 silver and hands it over.
7.5.
Chopped up partially, and he gets another guard. Guard comes out. They handle the goblins. They take them back. Y'all heading down to the Drunken Morkoth to do your long rest. Stop me if you want to do something, but I'm just going to talk this out until we get through it.
Yeah. When the other, you said it's a sergeant behind the desk.
Yeah, same one that's always there.
Okay, I'm assuming his name is what? Danny Glover.
He's too old for this shit. It's somebody else.
He says, Fair's almost kind of as he's taking the silver, he says, "Oh, these 3," and he motions to the ones that are kind of foaming at the mouth. You know, he's like, "Those 3 have been controlled by something. I would not be wary handling them. This one, the one with the pointy hat, he is a spellcaster."
All wizards have pointy hats.
Yeah. He is a spellcaster. So again, be wary.
I don't think I've ever seen Khaldun in a pointy hat. Do you have a pointy hat?
He's got a pointy hat.
Not yet. Yeah, I haven't earned my pointy hat.
You've got a pointy head, so all your hats
I've got pointy hair, so I don't really need a hat.
All right. You should get a hat. It's always raining.
This is true.
Get a duster, and it just sits on top of your hair, just like a bell top.
Yeah.
Guards come out. They grab the goblins. They nod. They thank you about the warning about the 3 that are frenzied and the one that's a wizard. They gag the wizard and take the goblins back to an area that you've never been to before, but you know that all of the jail, all of the dungeon essentially is down underneath, and it is levels deep, like 5-6 levels of dungeon below the guardhouse. And they take the goblins in, and you get your 8 silver for the ears that were still attached, but nonetheless, the bounty is a bounty. And you head down to the Drunken Morkoth.
Okay.
Go inside.
Did we tell Oric that we were going to drop them off, rest, and then come back? I don't remember if we got to that detail or not.
He was up there. You could have. You left, so it's kind of understanding, and you took the goblins with you. So it makes sense that you would mention, "Hey, we're going to take these guys up here. We're tired. We're going to go sleep. Yeah. We've been through a lot." So yeah, we can go ahead and say.
I think we did tell him we're coming back.
Yeah, because we mentioned that we didn't want him to go downstairs without us because we were concerned that.
Oh yeah.
That it may not be clear down there for him.
So yeah, I do remember you saying that because he wanted to go check out the statue of Moradin, but you were saying wait on us. It still might be some danger down there. The peril is too perilous.
So I just want to mention a little bit of peril. So Khaldun's innate, I don't know, distrust is kind of ringing right now. It's like, all right, how long has Oric had this bathhouse? And he's never been in the basement. So it's kind of like Gelv and his basement. It's like, I didn't know. Turns out he did.
I think the vamp. Well, yeah, we know it's a vampire, right?
Yeah, basically.
So we know the vampire has been coming up and enchanting him every night. So
yeah, but for how long? Like he's had this thing for years, right?
Very charming vampire.
He's had the bathhouse for a couple of years, for sure.
So there may be something else going on too. I mean, who knows? Okay. Anyway, I'm tired.
Yeah.
Khaldun's tired.
Yeah. Rest first, conspiracies later.
Dream about that tonight.
Yep.
That's our first shit. Conspiracies later.
Sleep first, conspiracy second.
So you hit the Morkoth.
Mm-hmm.
There is the night shift person on duty, but you already have rooms. You head upstairs. You're going to initiate a long rest. Khaldun, you have a Goblin spellbook, which I think sounds like a pretty cool death metal band. Goblin spellbook.
Yes,
I thought Gag the Wizard as well is probably the name of their first album.
Yeah. That's the first song in the whole set.
Gag the Wizard.
Gag the Wizard.
Gag the Wizard.
They're in a frenzy.
Yeah.
In the spellbook, I think I described it. It's very subterranean. It's got the leathery mushroom outer bounds. It's written in Goblin. It's messy, but it's still an effective spellbook. And I'm just going to go down the list real quick. There are a total of 8 spells in it.
Okay.
Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Find Familiar.
Okay.
Magic Missile. Mage Armor.
All right.
Thunder Wave.
Love Thunder Wave.
Chromatic Orb.
Okay.
Expeditious Retreat.
Okay.
Invisibility, which makes sense because they were making visibility potions.
Yep.
And Cloud of Daggers.
That's their
that
title of their second album.
Cloud of Daggers.
These are many of these are great song titles.
It's actually written.
Tour. It's Cloud of Daggers. It's the Cloud of Daggers tour.
Iambic pentameter and Goblin war drum language.
That's funny.
And if there's nothing else, you
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, cool. Yep, got it. Thank you.
Y'all do a long rest.
All right.
All right.
We push the requisite buttons.
Yep.
Okay, long rest successful. It is the next morning.
Take a long rest. Confirm.
Confirm.
So when I take a long rest, my my single hit point modifier that you gave me, Matt, goes away each time. I don't know why.
Oh no.
Reasons.
Is there a way that you can add it back?
Maybe I can do it.
This is the same way he added it the first time.
There are some ways. There's ways to modify characters in D&D Beyond that are permanent for additions like that. I don't know. I don't know how to do it. I've never had a DM cool enough to give me an achievement award and the bonus hit points. But, So you guys wake up the next morning and out in the streets, it's daylight. It's still raining cats and dogs. You hear the town crier.
Hooray!
He is sad.
Hear ye, let all citizens of Cauldron take notice. The Honorable Lord Mayor Severin Navalont wants the citizens of Cauldron to know their increased tax money is hard at work. Crime is down. Now who's had the last laugh? Also, thanks to the city guard's diligence, the goblin pest will soon be at an end. It's almost flood season again, and you know what that means. Marvu's Imports has all your flood season needs. That's right, Marvu's Imports on North Lava Avenue for all your import needs. Marvu's Imports, sponsored by Marvu's Imports. Those that like high-quality entertainment, check out Rocks and Rune Lords, released every Wednesday. Early release on Sunday for those that patronize the network. Do you get hungry? Do you like food? Do you like to eat? Of course you do. So stop by the Tipped Tankard off of North Ash Avenue. It has food of a certain quality for a certain price. And don't let that wharf smell deter you. That's just atmosphere. Remember, Tipped Tankard. 500 city guards can't be wrong. Sponsored by The Last Laugh. We all know how hard it can be when a loved one passes. It is a time for sadness. A time for reflection. A time for prayer. But it doesn't have to be a time for bankruptcy. Come on down to the Church of Weejas for all your cremation needs. They're running a BOGO special through the end of flood season. That's right, 2 cremations for the price of 1. 1 BOGO special per household. Additional interment fees, urn fees, prayer fees, and BOGO special fees may apply. The Church of Weejas holds no responsibility for the accidental cremations. You can't miss out on this, folks. Located on Southeast Obsidian Avenue. Why, it's the tallest building in Cauldron. Don't wait. Run on down to the Temple of Weejas and speak to Emerald today. be sure to mention this ad. And it repeats. And it repeats.
Do you have inspiration?
Oh,
I don't.
that's good.
If you give it to me, I'm using it.
Well, it sounds like you're full.
It would be great if they start using like magic mouths, like all over town. They
gosh.
just start speaking at the same time.
Just little wizards of the Blue Crater Academy just going around town. That was a special request by Jamie. He wanted to hear another town crier. So
that was a good one.
Oh.
So you guys wake up. You're fully refreshed. It is bright and early in the morning. Call it 9 o'clock and ready to roll. This, and I'm almost 100% sure I am correct. This is day 8 since the three of you arrived in Cauldron. So it's literally been just over a week since you came in. Khaldun has a couple of items that are being crafted for him. One should be done in about 4 or 5 days. The other one's still got a good 3 weeks to go. Farazan, I believe you had one being crafted, or is that one finished? If not, it should be done in like tomorrow.
Oh, excellent. It was just a masterwork staff.
Long staff, right. Okay.
Long
That's what
staff,
I thought.
yeah.
Stick. No ball. Stick.
Big super stick. And Tarathiel, go ahead.
I was just going to say one of the materials that I gave the smith was that chain from that golem down in not Jadaroon. What's the one?
The Malachite Fortress. It was the
Fortress.
chain golem that you were fighting.
Yeah. So like I wanted to. My thought was to have like bands, to kind of keep it weighted on the end to keep it balanced, and so they'll make those out of the chain.
Okay.
Melt them down and make that sort of thing. But
that was for the masterwork. So that being said, if you ever want to further enchant this masterwork item, that magical chain from the golem will go towards that cost. Just keep that in mind. Remind me about that.
Oh, I will.
And Tarathiel, you didn't have anything being created. However, you've got a date tonight.
Woohoo!
Big night.
Don't forget about that. That was a couple of fingers ago. What do you do?
I reckon we should go check out this Marvu's Imports place. I don't have any import needs at the moment, but they might have something cool.
Can we pre-purchase a buy one get one free?
The deal goes on through the end of flood season, so you absolutely can buy now, use later.
There's only 3 of us, so
I'm sorry, there are some limitations, and maybe you'll just have to buy 2 and possibly bury somebody or burn somebody later.
Well, I mean, I assume that they're going to charge double for Farazan, so
Yeah, that's true.
it's a lot of them.
I'm not sure if I had it on there, but I said some restrictions do apply. I think I may have scratched that one out.
Imagine the extra cost of the urn to fit an entire Farazan. We might have to get a second urn.
That'll cost you double.
But it's free. It's buy one get one free.
That's right. So you get the BOGO on one person.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
right. I would like to go talk to Jinya eventually.
Okay.
Sometime today about what we encountered.
All right.
Because questions. Before I leave my room, I'm going to ritual cast alarm.
All right.
To charge up my shield.
Okay. Just put it on your floor.
Yeah. I just put it in the room. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If anyone touches this pillow,
yes, I will know it.
Anybody else have any plans they want to do before heading back down into the vampire's lair?
Yeah, Tarathiel was considering visiting the children at the orphanage and just making sure that they're okay.
Okay.
And I'll probably try and pick something up for them. I don't know.
Like a pocket?
No.
I got this out of a pocket for you.
Tarathiel has enough money to buy a stuffed toy.
Buy some of the orphans some goodies. That's cool. Yeah. Hey, it's coming up on flood season, so it could be a flood season gift.
Maybe, maybe Marvu's imports Farazan dolls, and I can get him one of those.
Or galoshes,
Galoshes.
Anybody
I don't want to
else?
bring them anything practical. Kids don't like practical
Yeah,
things.
no. It's like, oh, it's soft.
No.
They don't like it. Tross.
Yeah.
It's got to be socks or underwear. Any other plans of the day?
Well, I guess okay. So, Kowloon's headed to Jinya. Tarathiel's headed to the orphanage. Are we doing these things together?
That's up to y'all.
Well,
We can
You have all
I
the
think
time.
we go together. Yeah.
Okay. Farazan will eat 3 dozen eggs, and then we'll go.
Okay.
I'm walking in front of her.
Eats like Gaston.
Eat some eggs, boss.
Yeah.
All right. So where do you want to go first? You want to go see Ginny? You want to go see the kids?
I think the kids are on the way, aren't they?
Kids are up
Not
north.
really.
Ginny is down south. No, they're kind of doesn't matter. I mean,
I pulled the map up. I forget, where is Jinya? Is that number 7?
That's 7, I think.
7.
Isn't it?
That's the top right.
Okay.
On kind of between Obsidian and Magma,
Mhm.
and the Lantern Orphanage, I guess, is kind of close. It's 18. I mean, it's not terribly far away. Yeah, I mean they're within the same
Yeah.
northern section of the. It doesn't matter. You've got all day, so
Okay. Yeah, I guess if we're going clockwise, which makes sense.
Yeah. we'll see
Jinya, orphans, and then over to help Auric finish
Okay.
cleaning up.
So you're heading to the Temple of St. Cuthbert to see Jinya.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Walk into the temple. She's there. There's somewhat busy, but not too busy that she can't speak with you. She beckons you back to her rectory. What can I do for you?
Well, after you disenchanted Auric, we went down below his shop and we found some really old dwarven, I don't know, ruins, I guess. And we encountered a creature we think may have been a vampire.
I doubt that. Why do you think it was a vampire?
Well, it had angry red eyes.
Big
It
pointy
tried to
teeth.
eat, it tried to eat Farazan.
It tried to eat Farazan with very fanged teeth.
There were
when
bats and mist.
There were bats, yep. And when it fled, it turned into a puff of smoke after we had heard it a couple.
Okay, so until that point, when you're just saying red eyes and bats and like try to eat Farazan, like sounds like an angry bear. But when you mention the last hit and it just turns to smoke and it went away, that's when she kind of, her eyebrows arch. Oh, I'm very shocked to hear that there's a vampire living in Cauldron. Did you follow it after you killed it, after you turned it to mist? Did you follow it?
No, we didn't see where it went.
It was dead.
Yeah.
Vampires are harder to kill than that. You're going to need a stake. You're going to need to submerge it in running water. You're going to need to drag it out into the sun. There's only a certain amount of ways that you can permanently kill a vampire. They're very, very hardy creatures. When did you see it last? When did you find it?
Last night.
About 10 hours ago.
Well, if you hurt it enough to where you knock it down into a mist, a cloud, they'll reform within 2 hours, fully healed. So whatever you did last night, you're going to have to do it all over again.
That's good.
We should go. Auric is in danger.
Yes.
What kind of steak?
Is Auric still there?
What kind of steak do we need? T-bone, rump? What is it?
Sharp wooden. Actually, and she rumbles. Here, she hands you a wooden steak.
Yeah, here's vampire kit.
It's it's for my tent, but it will work.
Or anything else?
So, yeah, what do we have to do to this thing?
To kill it? forever. So you'll knock it down to zero hit points. You'll knock it out. You'll kill it, but it'll turn into a mist, and it'll go back to its resting area. Usually, fresh dirt or even a coffin or something like that where it can sleep. It will form up again to solid form, and while it's resting, while it's regenerating and healing itself, you've got to put a stake through its heart. You've got to drag it into running water. You've got to get it into the sunlight. And even while you're fighting it, it's going to be healing. If you have any kind of holy damage, it'll stop the healing for just a moment. Otherwise, you just gotta beat it down. Do you have magic weapons? They're resistant. I mean, these are dangerous creatures. I'm surprised you were able to do as well as. Well,
I do have this poisonous dagger thing. It seems to be magic.
That will do. That should do okay. Magic damage. I mean, Khaldun, I know you're a wizard. Some of your spells should work fairly well. Fire.
The fire was hurting it, but it was. We could tell that it was, I guess, healing.
Yes,
or
fire
taking less damage or something.
Fire won't slow down the healing of a vampire. Only sunlight or holy damage, aka radiant damage. You're just gonna have to do what you did and beat it down again with what you have. The only magic item I have available is a relic to St. Cuthbert, which I'm sorry, I cannot. It's an artifact. I can't let that out of the church.
That's all right. We'll bring the vampire here.
If you bring the vampire here, I'll smack it with the mace. I promise. But
oh my gosh. Okay.
just walk in with it chewing on my arm, like I got it.
Like attached to your neck. You're just dragging it. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, just a little longer.
Just hit
it now, please. I'm getting woozy.
So,
have you seen Alma by any chance? She'd be helpful for this.
No, Alma was moving on out of town. She was going to continue her walkabout to try to find her way in life. She would be very helpful right now.
That's an unusual word. What is a walkabout?
They speak into the camera directly. Hi, Rachel.
So the information that you're given, they're shape changers. They can turn into bats or wolves or things like that. When you drop down to 0 hit points, they will turn to mist. I mean, you guys as players know this information, but this is what you do know now. Knock down to 0, it will fly off to its coffin or sleeping area and will be there for 2 hours in solid form. And that's your window. It regenerates. It doesn't seem like this is as powerful as you would imagine. You know, the way she describes a vampire is you all should have been dead. Didn't feel that strongly about this creature. However, it was pretty nasty.
Yeah.
Told you about the weaknesses, how to kill it. Sunlight. Also the forbiddens. It has to be invited in order for it to come in. Running water will kill it. It has a very powerful charm, which you guys have saved miraculously.
We have, which makes us immune for how long?
Usually about a day.
So the two of us may still be immune then.
If you fought it last night, absolutely, you're still immune.
So this morning, kind of, yeah.
So it's 24 hours. You fought it around like midnight, so you're still immune until midnight tonight.
Okay.
And sometimes they can summon bats or rats to come aid them, but not very often.
We should get some garlic on the way.
Garlic? You may have read that in books, horror stories, but it doesn't affect vampires in any meaningful way.
Does silver work?
No, I just really like garlic in my out.
just want to eat bulbs of garlic. Burst in its face, trying to bite it back.
I think Tarathiel absolutely believes that will be helpful and just does that.
It's for the children.
Also, is it a bugbear? Is that right?
Hobgoblin.
Yes.
It's a hobgoblin.
I'm sorry, hobgoblin.
It's a hobgoblin. Okay, so it's a hobgoblin vampire.
Yes, with a
I don't know if those are unique or not.
Morning star. She kind of shrugs. Pretty much anything humanoid-like could become a vampire if it's converted. If it's turned, dwarves, humans, elves,
Orcs,
half orcs. Yeah.
No, Oryx, the dwarf. The person that owned the boathouse.
Bathhouse.
What? I love that it's become a boathouse.
It's so hard not to say boathouse.
Bathhouse?
Yeah, it's gonna be a bathhouse.
It is a bathhouse now.
Yeah.
Silver has no special effect. It's just like a normal weapon. You'll have to have magical weapons.
Is the greatsword magical? I don't remember.
Silver.
Is it just cool?
It's just super cool. It's shiny.
I have a question.
I'm shiny.
I have a question.
Okay, you in the back, yes.
The when we walked into the church, was there a I don't know, one of those basins? The holy water basin?
Not for filling flasks with, but she does have it available.
Okay.
If should you want some. So in game terms, it would be like a D4 of radiant damage. It'd be of holy damage. Not a whole lot of damage, but that would stop regeneration for a round.
For one round?
Yes.
Good
For
grief.
the round that you hit it until it's its next turn, it does not regenerate, but then it starts regenerating again.
Okay.
If this is truly a vampire, she hands you 2 flasks.
Oh. Okay.
My meager assistance. Normally that's 50 gold, but for you, we're cool like that.
For you, 60.
Yeah.
For you, it's much more than that. Yeah.
So you're not coming back, and I'm not going to get any more
million
money out of you.
Oh, speaking of potions, I've got those 3 potions. We had 2 invisibility and 1 aid. Farazan, do you want the aid potion? It'll give you some extra hit points.
Absolutely.
And do you want the invisibility potion, Tarathiel?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I give him the invisibility potions, both of them.
You have 2, right?
Both of them.
Yep.
Manage equipment.
Let's see. I always forget how to do this sort of thing. It's just a potion of aid.
Yeah, it's it's conversion from 3.5, but it's a neat little item. It basically gives you aid for the duration, but it's only aid normally is an area of effect. It hits several people. This is a single person aid spell.
Okay. So current and max hit points up by 5 for the duration.
Yes.
Okay.
And
your
it's an 8-hour.
Sorry.
It's an 8-hour duration, I think.
8 hours.
Typically. Yeah.
Booyah.
I have some scrolls, but I don't think that any of you could use them.
And if we run out of toilet paper?
She frowns.
Trying to think if there's anything. Magic. Let me see. Is magic weapon a spell that I can cast?
I don't know about 5th edition. It used to be once upon a time.
It's a spell. I just don't know if I can cast it. Let me look real quick, because it may be worth us getting that.
I think you can web it, and then Farazan can hit it with a stick and pour water on it, and I'll stab it.
Oh, of course, I guess we can't tell by outward appearances, but Tarathiel, were your daggers hurting it? I think they were pretty effective.
They were
They
very
seem to
effective.
be.
Yes.
They seem to be. It's got a mind. I'm pretty sure I can stab it in the brain.
Magic
Not
weapon.
immune to brain damage.
So magic weapon is a second level spell. It is a wizard spell.
Ooh, /R.
These are things that you are both of.
Maybe we should go by the what was it? The Blue Lagoon?
The Crater Academy.
Yeah, that's it.
Blue
And
Crater
see if I
Academy?
can get that spell.
It's the Blue Oyster Club, right?
Yes. Of course, I wouldn't be able to use it until tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely Fear the Reaper.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to use
If you
it
get
until
a-
tomorrow.
Unless you get a scroll, right? If you get a scroll, you can use it straight away.
That's true. Yes, I
Is
could.
true? Is it true?
It's more expensive to do it that way, but for this
It
one,
is.
but this one-off time, it might be worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, I could cast it. I could cast it on Frazan's staff, and it would make it magical for an hour. Make it a +1 weapon.
Is it concentration?
It is concentration.
Maybe we could dig around in Oryx filter and see how many ears are in there. Could cover the cost.
I mean, we could just take the goblins to the guardhouse.
I don't want to cut
Well,
any
that'll
ears
be
off,
fun.
but if any happen to be just lying around, like fruit that's fallen off a tree,
I don't think that's how ears work.
Yeah, that just happens, right?
if they've been soaking in a bath overnight, it might be.
Okay, yeah. I mean, if we want to do this now, then magic weapon, assuming we could get it. Well, I guess like I said, we could get the scroll. We go find how much the scroll is
Okay.
after we talk to the kids.
All right. Well,
Wait a minute,
head
is
on.
is it a cleric spell?
We don't need to talk to the kids before talking to the vampire, right? Like, if Oryx in danger, I think we can skip the kids for today. We'll come back and talk to them tomorrow. Whoever of us is left alive.
So there are 3 domains of cleric that can cast the spell. So she may have it.
Jinya?
Yeah, War, Arcana, and Forge domain can cast magic weapon.
In that case, absolutely, because St. Cuthbert. Yes.
I think he's War. I think he's War.
War, Justice, but yeah, they definitely are more of a militant kind of religion. Yeah, she has 2 scrolls. She will give you 1 scroll of magic weapon.
Excellent. What is it? What is it good for? Casting magic weapon.
Casting magic weapon.
Can if you have more, I'd be willing to purchase them.
I do. I have a total of 2. They're quite expensive, though.
How much is this scroll? It's a 2nd level spell.
It's like, yeah, I can definitely give you a discount. It's still 250 gold.
Okay. It's our best bet of surviving this battle with this vampire, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for your tithe. And she hands you both scrolls for 250.
Okay. Let me take that off my thing.
If I could give them both to you, I would, but
yeah, I know you would. 250. Remove. Okay.
Church has got to make money somehow.
Uh-huh. So why
tithing doesn't work these days. And she does.
You've been helpful. We're happy to make a donation. You've been very helpful. We're happy to make a donation.
I am always appreciative. You have done more for this city than most, and that itself is donation of time and blood. So, again, if I could do more, I would.
You need regrow fingers? No, I already asked you that. It's fine.
Sorry, I still haven't figured that one out yet.
I have a familiar today.
Ooh.
In the seat.
Add to backpack.
El gato.
All right. So in my inventory, there are 2 spell scrolls. I'll edit them. Customize.
Okay.
Magic weapon.
Any more Jinya stuff?
I don't think so.
Okay. And you're going to skip the orphans for the day?
I think so. It doesn't make sense to stop and chat to the orphans on the way to possibly being murdered by a vampire.
Hi, guys.
Hey, kids, you want a stick of garlic?
Some garlic chewing gum. All right, so heading to
breadsticks
the
for you, breadsticks for you, breadsticks for you. Yeah, to the bathhouse.
All right.
Call me Old Olive Garden for nothing.
You go. To Oryx's bathhouse.
Mm-hmm.
It's first thing in the morning. Yeah, go ahead.
One more thing.
Okay.
What I wanted to do I forgot to do this. One of the features of a wizard is I can swap out one cantrip when I prepare my spells. I would like to swap out Mind Sliver for Light.
Okay.
Ooh.
No problem.
And I will be casting Light on Verzon's nose.
Okay. Directly.
It's just like the movie The Jerk. He just ends up going cross-eyed and then Susie.
Yeah.
All
right.
Is light concentration?
It is not.
Okay.
It lasts an hour.
All right.
Let's make it the staff, I think.
That makes sense.
So it'll be double enchanted. It'll be glowing and hurdy.
Magical pain stack.
It's a rave stick.
He's just walking along with it, and you just hear the sound.
It's a yes.
Yeah. All right, you are now magicked up. Everybody's fully healed. Got some scrolls. Got some good taste and high quality H2O.
It's the quenchiest.
Yes, quenches vampires.
Get a little collapsible cup.
Refreshing.
Going to the boathouse.
Mm-hmm. No.
The boathouse. Yes.
Going to the boathouse.
I don't think that's the song.
Is that the plan? Anything else?
No.
All right. So. You get to Oryx. The door is locked.
Okay. I'm just out of curiosity. Farazan's going to look at the sign. Is there still an H after bath?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's a well-known, like super hip joke that only the ones in the know that they call it the boathouse because it was accidentally said at one point many years ago. So you say the boathouse, and everybody's like, "Yeah, that's a cool cat."
He knows.
He knows a thing or two about the bathhouse. Dig?
You dig. I dig.
I guess we could go upstairs and see if Oryx is in his room.
You can. That door's locked. The doors are locked. The door to his apartment, which sits above the bathhouse, and the bathhouse door proper they're both locked.
I'm pretty sure there's a proverb about letting the sleeping dwarves lie.
I should tell the truth.
We're about to find out.
Knock, knock.
I think there's also a proverb that says if there's a vampire in your basement, you want to be woken up.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It supersedes the previous prophecy.
It's a higher priority.
Yeah. Knock, knock.
Knocking, no answer.
Knock with a stick. Knock, knock.
Knock hard, knock long.
Wasn't his apartment was like the next level or something? Like it was above, and you could get to it from outside.
Yeah, there's a door right beside the bathhouse that literally opens to a set of stairs that go directly up, and then the apartment sits on top of the bathhouse, and that's the door I'm talking about. Both the bathhouse and the door to his apartment are both closed and locked up tight.
Both of those doors are locked.
Yes.
Should I pick it?
So Tarathiel, I'll try first.
You should maybe let me try, but just keep an eye out because, I don't want to get in trouble.
Okay. Give me a So I don't know if it was here. I'm also running a game off of this. So just to be sure if it is this or the other game, when you use the thieves' tools, you either get your proficiency bonus or you don't. You don't add your proficiency to the tools. The tools allow you to use your proficiency if you're proficient. So dexterity check plus your tool bonus.
I do have in D&D Beyond. I could just click the tools and say roll this.
Okay, cool.
So that should be fine. And if I fail, I have things I can do.
Right. What are you attempting to pick? The house or the apartment?
I guess I will attempt to pick the bathhouse directly.
Okay.
Because if we can get downstairs and fight this thing without even having to wake up Auric, then we can.
Okay.
I'm going to push the buttons. Let's see, 20.
20.
There we go.
Click. The door opens.
Hooray.
Got it.
Good
I got it.
Very nice. Very nicely
Well
done. The door opens. Even though it's daylight, Khaldun, you still have your light. There is no light inside. Your light shines in, and you smell the stink, right? Like he obviously wasn't able to finish cleaning up 30 dead goblins in one night. Walk inside, and it's a lot better, but there's still piles of goblins. There's still blood everywhere. The door to his office is open, and the door that goes downstairs is open. But all else is still.
All right, so I'll go ahead and cast light on Farzan. Farzan, what do you want me to cast it on?
He holds his staff out.
All right, I cast light on the staff.
Okay. You're well lit in here. Nothing really changed except for these stacks and rows and piles of dead goblin meat. Head on downstairs.
No Auric in sight.
No Auric here.
It's very sad. I guess we'll probably call out, not like scream or anything, but, Auric, just once or twice, just to see if they hear anything.
Scream out and don't hear anything.
Yeah.
Ah!
It was a try.
My liver. Down on the first level of Drakthar's Way.
Drakthar's Way.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a sign?
Is that what it's called?
Did we miss?
That's actually the name. That's the name of the. It's actually the name of the adventure. Drakthar's Way.
Good.
I like it.
Okay. Yeah, I guess. I mean, can we look around and
sure,
maybe in his office or something to see if there's any
bloody footprints?
Any indication that something weird's happened?
Give me a survival. All three of you can. Investigation, yes. I'll allow investigation.
Okay. So I rolled survival. My investigation's better.
Go for that. That's fine.
All right.
Can I roll survival?
Well, you're not rolling.
I rolled a natural 20.
Oh, well, you're not rolling again. You're just changing from survival to investigation, right?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, whatever. So 10.
10. Okay. 10, 9. But still not that difficult. You see bloody footprints trailing, and it is more or less the size of a dwarven footprints. One set coming from the front door of the bathhouse going to the stairs down.
I mean, it doesn't have to be his blood, but there were his shoes probably.
Yeah, so it's the goblin's blood for sure. It's just not completely clean. It's just you see his tracks going through it.
Okay. Right. Okay. Not good. You said from the front door to the downstairs.
Correct. Just directly.
Once we get actually before we go any further, we would have relocked the front door.
Yeah.
Is it clear which direction they went once he comes down here?
So you go downstairs, you're on the first level. The footsteps continue on to the north along this long hallway, go around the corner up top, and about halfway down, the blood on the feet has worn off, so the trail goes away at that point.
Okay.
crap. We should have maybe given him directions to the statue. He wouldn't have gone the wrong way.
We also told him to wait on us. There may be other things at work here. The vampire may have come up to get him.
Good. That's great. It's
fantastic.
Can't think of anything better.
I could think of at least 12. And I'm not very smart. So, okay, I guess we're up here in this hallway then.
Yep.
Don't sell yourself too short there, Mountain Man. You do all right.
And all is quiet.
I hate it. All right.
Oh, Farazan's the light source this time, right?
You are your own light source.
Okay. Yeah, Khaldun, you have yours out as well, I'm guessing.
I've got mine out. Yes, I do.
Oh, okay.
But if it comes to it, then we'll figure that out. But I'm assuming you guys are kind of staying together for the moment.
Yes.
Yeah, within a move action of Tarathiel.
Yeah, we'll let Tarathiel range out.
I'm going to leave this light alone until it's necessary.
And Tarathiel's hanging out. He's keeping an eye on the ceiling in case anything drops down and tries to chew his head.
Yeah, watch out for that one.
Give me a perception. No, everything looks clear. Nice and quiet.
Pushing the button. Just did 20.
That soft, extra quiet from all the mist on the ground, kind of absorbing any kind of echoey, sound. It should be a lot more echoey in here because of the nice chiseled floor and walls, but very, very soft, very, very subtle. Cool and clammy.
All right. So before we range much deeper, Tarathiel will come back to the other two. And should I do my brain thing, so we can talk without making noise? Because we might be the only things making sound down here.
That would be a good idea, I think.
I will do.
Yeah, I think it'd be a good idea.
Find the button.
So you've got the telepathy menage going.
Yes.
Okay.
Which I can't find, but it's for D6 hours, so I can just do that.
56 hours.
It's for 1 hour. I keep rolling ones on that.
Well, you were barely down here an hour last time, so it should serve you pretty well.
Psychic whispers.
Whispers.
Yes, whispers with a capital Wh.
So you are all three in each other's minds.
Don't think of elephants.
That's disturbing.
Farazan admires the rocks.
Are you guys coming? I'm just gonna range off on my own and get murdered. I guess as we go, Tarathiel's gonna keep looking for any signs of dwarves.
Okay.
And did we see which way the smoke went when the vampire smoked away?
So
the fight got
happened,
smacked here and he smoked away like
you
this
saw
way,
him
right?
Come this direction, probably out to this this natural cavern, but that's when you couldn't see him any further.
Okay.
All right. Where do we want to go?
Your guess is as good as mine, unless you see something that I don't.
Let's try where we haven't been. So down the cavern.
Zip, zip, zoo.
Farazan's going to take his shield and the light source moved. I don't like it. I was going to say Farazan's going to take his shield and kind of sled down the lava path here, but never mind.
Tarathiel sneaking and Farazan just goes.
It's like
sparks flying everywhere.
Sparks flying, yeah.
It's like Michelangelo in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles doing tricks.
Chew a little loud. Last time I snuck down square by square, I stopped in the square that got my head chewed. So
you're just moving on down the tunnel? Okay.
Yeah. Tarathiel will be in front.
All right, head on down.
Oh, don't like it.
This is fine. We're fine. Everything's fine.
I don't like it.
Yeah. No, I keep having stupid problems.
Maria, ¿por qué?
I am opening up for vision's sake.
Reveal.
Bazinga. All right, so I got you on. You continue south.
Rocks fall and everyone dies.
What's your Tarathiel? 60 feet, right? Dark vision?
Yeah.
All right. Is anybody trying to be quiet?
I mean,
yes.
Anybody? Yeah.
Fair Zone's quiet is staying back.
Okay.
He's got splint mail on, I think, and that's disadvantage to stealth. But I mean,
I'm going to try.
But you guys are hanging back, letting Tarathiel kind of check out the new area.
Yeah, moving slowly. But I mean, it's not like he can do much to be stealthy. I mean, he's moving quietly, but
okay.
He's a mountain coated in metal plates.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Every now and then he scrapes up against something. I mean, it's no good.
Oh, man. I'm just opening some stuff up for you. Bear with me 1 second.
There's a bear with me.
Guys, there's a bear with him.
That vision that you just did is very helpful.
Thank
you. Dunk.
The others can't see it apparently. I don't know why, but it doesn't show up on the Twitch, so I'm assuming that no one but you and me can see it. I set an aura on Tarathiel, so
if nobody else can see it, that's fine. It's very helpful to me.
Okay.
And actually, Pazel can even see further down. I'll go ahead and open up what she can see, so I don't have to do it later. Bink.
It helps me see what the limits of my vision are as well.
Yes. All right. Cave exploration, the fun type. So that Pazel can see a little further than you can, Tarathiel, but that's just open up. You can see the tunnel continues on down. It's continuing to slope down. There is a bit of kind of a landing here. That doesn't work. Here, because you can see that goes down to 60 feet and goes back up. So it ramps back up going in this direction. See what I'm saying? Can you tell what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yep.
You can tell that there's an opening. The passageway continues over to the east here and definitely continues on to the south. And you're pretty sure that this continues on down this small hallway as well. Right beside you, you see, looking up, you see 55 feet up. It's natural cavern, and at the very top, you can see barely a lip at the top that is a worked stone. It looks like a smooth passageway that's kind of crumbled off into this open cave area. It's about 55 feet up. You don't see anything up there. And what's your stealth?
It's a +8. Want me to roll it?
Yeah.
Let's roll it. That's a 10.
10. Okay.
Natural 2 for a 10.
That is good timing. And what you do?
His toe and swears loudly. Bagger.
Don't yell. We're in your head.
That's right. He swears loudly in his head, causing Fezon to jump and scrape against the rock.
Sliding down the hill?
I guess Tarathiel will let the others know that there's this passageway. I'm going to check out the way up.
Can we send?
I'm going to send Pazel up.
Yep.
Not to the passageway, but up on the same level, so she can look into it.
Up to this. Yep, I got you.
Yeah, so she'll be right there, but then fly up. No, not right in front of it. Yeah, so she can look into it.
Okay.
And then I can use her senses to actually get an idea what's down there.
It is a long, straight path. And you can see about 40 feet that the nice path turns into a rope bridge that crosses over some sort of ravine and then continues on to hewn stone passageway.
I missed that was there entirely. Very good.
Well, you said that passage is 55 feet up.
Yeah, you saw the lip. Terethio, you saw the lip. You just couldn't see up there.
Yeah, no, I missed that it was there. I thought you were talking about this because this looks like it's going back up.
This is going up gradually. This was just a cliff, 55-foot cliff. Okay.
Bruce.
So if I were a flying vampire, I would hide up on a ledge.
Yes, but if you were a walking enchanted dwarf, which way would you go?
So Terethio moved down and you see the cavern breaks into a small room and you see a door on the far end. And this is... So it looks like the cavern is just breaking in and breaking out of what was at one point a nice structure. Mm-hmm. That's why you get these weird, nice door next to a open cavern feeling.
Next to a lava tube.
And this up to the northwest, basically a dead end. Just narrows into a point.
Don't say dead end.
Dead end.
All right. Pezan, do you want to give me a boost up there?
I don't think I can throw you that far. But we can try.
Trying to open this up for you because you saw.
That attitude.
I think I actually do have some climbing gear. I have a hammer and pitons and rope.
Terethio, I need you to put your person back where you were because I gotta open. I'm opening a lot of stuff up for you.
Where was I? I was there-ish.
Yeah, right, that's fine. Right? Yeah, that's good.
Yep.
Because.
Perfect.
When you move down here, Pazel's moving up at the same time. You're looking down this way. These front three, you didn't quite notice at first, but that's because they heard you coming.
Mm-hmm.
They were prepared for you, and they're hidden fairly well until you could see directly towards them. It's also dark vision, so they have you have disadvantage on seeing them. But you do notice them when they draw their weapons and charge to attack.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we roll initiative next time?
Okay.
Yeah. Give you a week to prepare for this combat.
Should we still be alive?
He'll definitely be alive in a week. And what you're seeing here are three of the goblins type that you saw upstairs. You see an adept and you see a warg rider. And then back in the back, you see one of the ones that has a bow and arrow. And the reason that you see that one is because it is drawing and shooting an arrow towards you. We will see you next week.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us.
Maybe
9 p.m. Eastern Standard Daylight, non-daylight savings time. I'm going to have to get used to that. It's a whole new spiel. Thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoyed yourself. A little bit of a slow exposition kind of figure things out after a 3-week combat.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it was, wasn't it? And we stepped into another 3-week combat.
Yeah, he just stepped into another one. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for joining us.
Have a good one.
Bye.